Well. What do we have here? Remember how everybody was like, Tisa, what are you talking about? You're spreading lies. You're throwing propaganda. Kim Porter doesn't have a diary. Even her best friend said it. I said, okay, maybe that was Kim's best friend. They would know better than me. But then I said, nah, I think there's something too. I kept reading everybody's Instagram posts, everybody's public statements, all the stuff from the lawyers. And I said, it sounds like there is a diary. And they want it back. And people are like, Tisa, what are you talking about? I'll be sure came out himself and said that there wasn't a diary. And I said, no, actually, if you read what Al B. Shore said, right? And I'm sure it wasn't a manifesto of an involved father. But if you read what Al B. Shore said, he actually said that there was a diary or implied there was a diary, but the stuff that was written about him in the diary was not true. And y'all said I was full of it. Y'all said, I hope you get sued. I said, you said all this stuff. And now I'll be sure months later it's coming out and not only saying, but confirming and saying in detail that Kim Porter kept a diary about Diddy's alleged crimes. Let me tell y'all something. I go watch the videos I did. I decoded all that stuff. I will say this once and I'll say that when people are up to something, they tell on themselves in the words, not just what they say, but what they won't say. Anyway, thank you so much, Valerie Renee. This is Elias Andrews writing about this, saying Kim has been the subject of widespread speculation over the last few years. The late model and actress died as you guys know, tragically passed away in 2009. But her relationship with Diddy has become a topic of public fascination since the mogul was arrested. Now, so much so that multiple sources have come forward and claimed that Kim kept a diary or journal of her experiences with Diddy. I'll be sure Kim's ex-husband is the latest celebrity to make this claim. Now, again, because I want to take y'all back to back yonder a couple of months ago, where everybody was dragging me saying that there was no diary, that I'm going to get sued. And y'all were telling me that I'll be sure said there was no diary. Now, admittedly, those people that were saying that misread Albie Shore's post. It seems like I had the correct interpretation. Okay, let me stop. But all jokes aside, Albie Shore is now coming out and saying that there was a diary. I believe his contention always was the stuff written in the diary about him was not true. But let's get into what he is saying. He appears in the upcoming Peacock documentary, Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy. During the doc, the singer discusses Diddy's relationship with Kim Porter. He claimed that Kim kept a diary that chronicled all the alleged crimes that Diddy committed during their time together. He said, what I do know is that before her death, she was keeping a diary. Someone got the passcode to her phone and computer. They found out what she was writing and what was going to be going on behind closed doors. He also claims that Kim Porter confided in him during her romance with Diddy. Now, it's important to know that Quincy came out and said that his dad don't speak for him and don't speak for mom. I believe Christian also said that too. Many people rolled their eyes at that because they were like, okay, well, you say all this stuff, but at the end of the day, you're so cool with Diddy, who you might have seen do stuff to your mama, and Albie Shore is your dad. I do want to say that it does not seem like Albie Shore ever played a fatherly role to Quincy. And at the end of the day, the same way that people are asking and saying it's weird that Quincy is still around Diddy and how come nobody's called him out and how come this? Well, Albie Shore says that Kim confided in him all the time. And he said he knew exactly what was going on with Kim, but he couldn't do it. And Diddy may or may not put him in the hospital. And everybody's saying, you don't know what he went through. But if you don't know what Albie Shore went through, why are y'all going in on the children at the time that didn't lift every voice and sing and expose what was going on with the adults in the situation? or too scared to say something or save themselves. Again, I know it's a controversial opinion that adults, especially those that you share blood with, should be willing to risk their lives to protect you and to keep you out of harm. I know it's controversial. I know it's controversial, so we'll move on. He recalls being concerned about Kim's well being. The same goes for his son, Quincy Brown, who was adopted by Diddy. He said, "She began to confide in me. She said, something's not right. Diddy's soul has gone completely dark, like he's just not there." The most inflammatory thing that Albie Shore said during the documentary, though, was about Kim's death. Albie Shore accused Diddy of killing her in an effort to conceal his list of crimes. He didn't want Kim Porter to blow the lid off its activities. The diary rumor has made rounds on several outlets over the last year. A memoir was published via Amazon, but it was subsequently taken down. I did read the memoir on a live. Um, Take it for what it is. Maybe it is a piece of fiction, nonfiction. We'll see. Um, but I'll put a link to the live at the end of this video so you guys can watch it. They said when it was proved to be, but it be fake. I actually don't believe that. Again, I feel like people are putting 20 on 10. I don't believe that it was taken down because it was fake. I believe that Kim Porter's children submitted something saying that diary is part of Kim's estate. It's not owned by you. It was not for you to distribute. We own it. And because we own it, you need to give it back. I believe that's what they were really saying, right? Um, Kim Porter's children, which includes Quincy Brown, denied the existence of a diary or memoir in a public statement. They said claims that our mom wrote a book are simply untrue. She did not. And anyone claiming to have a manuscript is misrepresenting themselves. Again, this is what I mean about people like letting Diddy and them play in our faces. They never said that she didn't have a diary. They never said that um she was not working on a book. They said that our mom wrote a book. A book implies that it is completed. Anyone that knows legal terms would know that you are playing in our faces, saying that there is a difference between you working on a book and actually having a completed book, right? Or even a manuscript. They said, and anyone claiming to have a manuscript is misrepresenting themselves. A manuscript is something you submit to the editors before it's okayed and it's turned into a book. I say all this to say that they're playing on our faces. Albie Shore is now saying there was a diary. Kim's kids are saying there's a diary and they own it. Again, a diary is not a manuscript. A diary is not a book. And the way people are interchanging diary, manuscript, book, tell all, and acting like they're all the same things when the people that know it exists, it appears, is hiding in the shadows. I don't know. I don't know. Everybody needs to tighten up. I will say this. He also claims that he's going to explain his coma in the 50 Cent's documentary. Again, could have put him in a coma. I don't know. But I am also side eyeing Albie Shore because something's just not adding up. But everything in the whole Diddy escapade thing just never seems to add up.